Hello, you beautiful, thriving woman. It is Heather Dunlop. And today is the final day, day 5, woo, of the Assertive Woman series. And what we're going to talk about today is communication equals power. All right, so just want to remind you what we spoke about in the previous 4 days. Day 1 was talking about the difference between being assertive and being aggressive. Whereas aggressive is really that kind of, there's a lot of tension in there. And so you feel like someone's coming at you. Whereas when you're assertive, you're calm, you're at peace, you're within your power, and you're speaking your truth, but you also have your boundaries. And that's what we talked about on day 2, was setting your boundaries so that you're not letting people push you around. You're letting people know where you are, where you stand, what you believe in, what you are willing to do, what you're not willing to do. Day 3 was stand in your power. So with your body, hold yourself upright. Not this tense, rigid, right? Where you feel like there's a rod straight through your back and you're uncomfortable. No, just lift from the rib cage, let your shoulders relax, and hold your head at a steady level and make eye contact with the person you're communicating with. The next day, we spoke about owning your voice. And that comes down to the tone of your voice, the words that you use, and just really communicating your truth. You see, it's okay if we disagree with each other on certain things. That's kind of what makes the world go round. If everybody agreed, it wouldn't be all that fun, would it? Or you get into that point where maybe you've been in the habit of pleasing other people all the time and not stating what you want because you always felt a need to make other people happy, to give them what they want because you didn't want confrontation. And that's the thing that comes around when you're an assertive woman. When you communicate, communication is power. When you communicate what you are actually thinking and believing and feeling, you're coming from a place of truth. And if someone disagrees with that, no problem. You're open to having a discussion about it. That's okay. It's not a big deal. It doesn't have to be you have to do what I say or else. You have to do everything I want you to do in this relationship. Otherwise, you're done. You know, as Kevin Leary says on Shark Tank, you're dead to me. I think that's the stupidest thing going. You're dead to me. It's okay if I don't agree with you and if you don't agree with me. And you know what? We can still get along. I've had relationships with people who are completely different from me, friendships that lasted many, many years because there's that difference. And that allows us to learn something new, understand someone's perspective because it's different from ours. And it creates an interest. And that interest in learning more about each other is what builds that relationship. So don't worry about trying to please people all the time because you and I both know that when you're trying to please people all the time, nobody's happy. It doesn't work. And if you're the one constantly adapting and changing and giving out and giving in, you're going to reach a point where you break and you're just like, I'm done. And it's not working because you're never getting what you want. And the reason people pleasers don't get what they want is because they never state what they actually want, or because they're constantly giving other people what they want because they're worried about, having confrontation at some point or not being liked because they're different. That person who's pleasing people all the time is never going to get anything back. And the other thing that happens is that the person on the other side of that relationship, they start to believe that you are actually just like them and you like what they have. So they give you what you've been giving them because you never said that wasn't what you want. I heard it was relayed to me one time about relationships that when you're in love, love feels different to different people, right? So think of it this way. If person A wants to get apples and they feel loved when they receive apples, and person B feels love when they receive oranges. So if person A says, I love apples and I love getting apples, let me give you apples. And person B goes, well, I don't know why you're giving me apples. I don't feel loved because you keep giving me apples. And person A says, I love you. I love you. That's why I give you apples, because that's what love feels like to me. And he says, well, no, I don't feel loved because you keep giving me apples and I don't like apples. I want oranges. So if person A says, oh, I get it, I'm going to give you oranges. And then B feels loved and A says, hey, I love apples, and they give them apples. And they both feel loved because they're getting what they want and need and enjoy. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like if you're in a relationship, feeling love to one person may be that when I walk in the door, I want peace and quiet. I just need 5 minutes to myself. And I just need 5 minutes to kind of reset and relax and shut off the day and shut off everything that happened at work. Give me those 5 minutes of peace and quiet to myself, and then I'm all yours. Whereas the person who's home says, oh my God, you're here. Let me tell you everything about my day. And they come in and they say, oh my God, I've got to tell you this and this and this and this and this happens. And they dump their whole day on them. And the other one's going, they kind of feel like they're suffocating maybe, right? Because they're saying, I just need 5 minutes. And then you can tell me anything you want. And the second person is saying, I got to dump everything on you as soon as you walk in the door because you just walked in the door and I need to get rid of this. To fix that relationship, all you got to do is take those 5 minutes. And that's okay because it's just 5 minutes. And then the second person, the person who is home, can just dump everything and they're going to listen attentively and they're actually going to hear what you say. So when you be an assertive woman, if you are the person coming home, right, and your kids are like, mommy, I need you. You say, hey, look, I need to set some boundaries within the family. When I come home from work, I need 5 minutes. I need 5 minutes to kick off my shoes, change my clothes into something, that's more comfortable for when I'm at home so I can relax. Give me those 5 minutes and then we can do whatever you want to do. That's setting your boundaries. That's being an assertive woman and saying, I need 5 minutes to myself. And it's okay for you to take those 5 minutes. Because you and I have both probably experienced this, where if you come home and you don't get that few minutes that you need, or your boundaries are not being respected, everything falls to crap. And you end up just feeling overwhelmed, overworked, exhausted, to the point where you're so exhausted that you snap. And you snap and you snap and you snap. And then your kids are like, mommy doesn't love me because she yells at me all the time. It's okay. Be assertive and set those boundaries. And it's within your family, it's within your personal relationships, within your friendships, within your work relationships. Set those boundaries. Because when you can communicate what you actually need and how you can then give them even more because you've been able to re-energize, that's power. Communication equals power. When you're able to communicate exactly what you're thinking and feeling and willing to accept and not accept, that's when people know exactly who you are. And that's when they're going to then adjust themselves and adjust their behavior around you so that you guys can have a fabulous relationship. So it's not about being aggressive and taking over and I have to have this and da 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 da. No. Hey, look, when I come home, I'm exhausted, absolutely exhausted. It's been a long day at work. I've had a long commute. I just need 5 minutes to slip out of these clothes and relax and take a breath, and then I'm all yours. And you can just do it in a tone like that. It's okay. It's just letting people know what your boundaries are. The other thing about communication is the words that you say. You want to be assertive. You want to communicate what you actually think and feel and believe. You don't want to use wimpy words. So there's a couple of sets of words that I have either completely removed in certain situations or I use them knowing the meaning behind them. So one of those words is but. But, however you want to say it. And but really negates everything that came before it. And what do I mean by that? So if you're in a situation in business and you're looking to sell your product and you're working with a customer and you say, oh my gosh, if you buy this house, you're going to love living in it, but there's just one thing. You're not going to like the neighbors across the street, or there's, a really busy street around the corner that has been, got a lot of traffic and a lot of noise. That but negates the you're going to love it. So when you understand what that person wants, you can say, use the word and instead of but. Here's how that will work. You're going to love living in this house, and I want you to know that the street over there is really busy, and that's okay because it's a block away, and you're going to be over here, and this house has soundproofing and everything, so you're not going to hear the noise from it. It's acknowledging that second half. Using the but negates the first half. It says, well, I don't really believe in everything I just said. I'm not coming from a place of truth and honesty. So I'm going to say but, because that's not 100% true. Might be 90% true. It's not 100% true. To make it 100% true, you just change but to and, A-N-D. So no B-U-T, A-N-D. You can use it strategically though. So for example, if you work in a store and you've got a client who's coming in and wants to buy something from you and they're really interested, and they're also checking out your competition, you can use but strategically. You don't put it down the competition, you just state something different that's negative and is going to negate going over there. So for example, yeah, you could buy the flooring that we've got here. It's absolutely fabulous. We've got the right price, the product that you're looking for. We can get it delivered. We can get it installed. No problem. But if you go down the street, this offer is going to expire at the end of the day. So just want you to know that you're going to lose out. So and that says, oh, that puts that little bit of doubt in their mind by using but. And it says, oh, okay, I'm going to lose out if I go somewhere else. All right, so use it strategically. Pay attention to the words that you say and how you use them and the meaning behind them. Look at the next time you're going to say but in a sentence. And when I had to start doing this, when I first began doing this, I had to, oh, wait a second, let me restate this. And I would restate it using the word and to make the sentence 100% true instead of 90%, and leaving that doubt in there, because the subconscious mind understands that when someone says but or however, they're putting doubt in your mind. And if you're going to use that word, when you use that word, you want to use it strategically. Okay, so the majority of the time you're going to replace but with and. Use but strategically though in your conversations. The second situation I just did a minute ago, and you may have caught me correcting my words, is if. If is a wimpy word. If I do this, I'm going to get what I want. If I go to that restaurant, I'll get the Italian dinner. If I move across the country, I'm going to be so much happier. If is a wimpy word. There's no certainty around if. It leaves you an out, right? It's like, okay, I don't really have to do this because I never said I would. And when you're setting goals in your mind, when you're creating the vision for your life and what you really want, using the word if is letting your subconscious mind know you don't believe it's going to happen. So what do we do instead? Use the word when. When I move across the country, I'm going to have a fabulous life and I'm going to make so many friends and my business is going to boom. When I go to the restaurant, I'm going to have that great Italian dish that I always get there. When we meet on Tuesday, we're going to work together and you're going to find that it's going to be fabulous working with me and you're going to get everything that you want. So understand the difference between if is a wimpy word. When comes from a place of certainty and power. And when tells your subconscious mind that it's going to happen. When my business is a booming success, I'm going to buy that dream house. When my business is a booming success, I'm going to impact women around the world. When my business is a success, I am going to not only impact the women around the world, I'm going to impact their families and everyone that they're in contact with to lift them up as well. I didn't say if. If I did that, it leaves me an out. When puts that certainty in the subconscious mind, says it is going to happen. So when you're working with a client in your business and you're looking at setting an appointment, someone will say, what time do you want to meet? When we meet on Monday, we're going to talk about A, B, and C, right? The difference is if we meet on Monday, we could talk about A, B, and C. If leaves that doubt in their mind. Well, I'm not sure if they're actually going to make it. They may not make it on time. I don't know if I really want to go. And at the time you say, when we meet on Monday, you're acting from a place of an assertive woman, and you're saying it is going to happen. And if it doesn't, it's not because of me, because I'm going to be there. So let's do this. Right? Make sense? The other thing is the word try. There is no state of try. You either do it or you don't. So if someone says, hey, yeah, let's meet up on Monday for lunch, and you come back and you say, yeah, I'll try. And then they go to lunch on Monday and you don't show up. You say, well, I tried to make it, but my schedule wouldn't open up. Well, there's two words there that just completely made that a wimpy sentence. There is no state of try. Try means you're really not, it's like what you should be saying is either I don't want to do it or I can't do it, right? I don't want to do it, or I don't know how to do it, or I'm not able to do it. Use those instead, replace it. Or confirm that you're going to be there. Yes, I'm going to be there. I'll see you on Monday. You know what? I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it on Monday. Can we schedule it for a different time? There's no state of try. And the thing about try is we accept it so many times with someone saying to us, well, I tried to get that report done on time, but I couldn't. I tried to do this, but I couldn't. I tried to meet you for lunch, but I couldn't. Well, there is no state of try, right? So if I have this bottle of water and I can sit here and say, pick up that bottle of water. Okay. And you're sitting there going, well, you didn't pick up the bottle of water. Why didn't you try? I say, yeah, I did. I tried. I just didn't do it. It's either you pick it up or you don't. No big deal. So if someone is saying to you, when you're looking to set an appointment with someone, or when you're looking to get a commitment from someone, and they say, I'll try to do it, you can just come back and say, hey, you know, I know it may be a very big commitment for you. Just let me know. It's okay if you can't make it. I'd rather know that you're not going to make it than you tell me you're going to try to do it. So is this something that you can commit to? And then they'll say yes or no. And that's okay. So understand your communication equals power. Get rid of the wimpy words. Replace but with and. Replace if with when, and no longer accept try. It's either I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. There's no state of try, because but, if, and try are uncertainty. And when, I will, I won't, certainty. And use this when you're communicating with yourself as well. When you're having all those thoughts heading around in your mind and you're thinking about your future and you want to manifest your dream business and you want to manifest that amazing home and that dream car and the loving relationship, and you want to manifest inner peace for yourself, do not accept telling yourself but, if, or try. I'm going to try to have inner peace. I'm going to try to be happy today. No, 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 no. I am going to be happy today. I am filled with inner peace. I am getting that dream house. It is my destiny to live in that house. It is my destiny to live in that car. So make sure that you pay attention to your communication, because communication equals power. And when you communicate from a place of an assertive woman and you pay attention to the words that you use, you're going to gain respect. You're going to be seen as someone who knows what she wants. And the result is that your self-confidence is going to shine through. So communication equals power. Keep that in mind. One of the things I want to share with you today too is a command. So this is the command of an assertive woman, and command it. Follow along with me and repeat after me. I am now standing in my power and owning my voice. I know that communication equals power, and I am becoming a more powerful communicator every day. I command that my boundaries be respected. I am ready to be powerful and strong while being kind and loving. I am ready to live the life I am meant to live. I own my voice. I stand in my power. I am an assertive woman. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. So if you're ready to step into being an assertive woman and moving into the life of a thriving woman and living the thriving woman lifestyle where there's no more self-sabotage, the trauma from the past stops. It does not continue to relive itself again and again and again. You're able to sleep calmly at night and wake up energized and ready for the day. And you want to manifest everything that you desire without sacrifice. I want you to go to thrivingwomanchat.com, book a time on my calendar, and we'll have a chat about putting together an 8-week plan for you to become a thriving woman and manifest everything that you desire. And really just stand in your power, be respected, be loved for who you are. So get on my calendar at thrivingwomanchat.com. This is Heather Dunlop with Thriving Woman. Make today an absolutely amazing day, and thank you for watching.